Hi, hello, I'm Hallie and today I'm challenging myself to try and make a bag and then hopefully a makeup bag as well, just in the afternoon.
Spoiler alert, I did not finish it in a day. It actually took me 4 days. It took me 4 days to finish this, and I didn't even include the makeup bag.
I'll be using the Bestie bag. I'm pretty sure it's Blackbird Fabrics, but yes, I'm using the Bestie bag and I already do have this pattern already printed out, but I wanted to shrink it. I have shrunken the pattern and it's now at about 75% instead of 100% scaled. So hopefully that is a good size. I am sewing this for my fiance's mother because she's going to America next month and she wants me to make her a makeup bag, but I thought it'd be great to have a little bag as well to carry around because the Bestie bag actually carries quite a lot of stuff. I use it as my handbag and I lose stuff in that bag. That's what I'll be making today. For my pockets on the inside, I'm going to be using this Fat Flat. It's just a latte art pattern. And then for the lining and the exterior of the bag, I'm just using a plain black cotton. I want it to be able to go with all of her outfits that she's going to be wearing on the trip. I was contemplating doing it in cream, but I'm scared that it's going to just get dirty. That's so cute. I love using fat flats for um my pockets because there's such a good amount that you can get. And because I've minimized my pattern, I'm actually going to have heaps more left over. When you do it the regular size, it lines up pretty much perfectly. Cool, pockets are now cut out, and since my iron is hot already, I'm just gonna fold the edges and everything that I needed to do anyways. So I think for this bag, I'm actually gonna use a heavyweight iron-on interfacing, which I've never done for any of my other Bestie bags. I just feel like it would give it more structure. My other ones are quite flimsy, even with the batting and everything. So I'm gonna use a heavy-duty iron-on interfacing. Fingers crossed that turns out really good. I've been using this iron-on interfacing to make teddy bears, and I've since finished all of them. I made 9 teddy bears for my family. Yeah, finally finished. So I'm going to use it now for these bags. With my teddy bears, I actually printed them on card, but I couldn't really do that with this. And I'll trace them. So I'm going to try and do that with this, but this is just printer paper. So we'll have to see how that goes. So it's actually been 2 days since I last worked on this. Where we left off, I had quilted the bag, like the outside and the base of the bag. Very nice, very nice. And I ironed it. And now I'm going to add my little logo that I like doing. I just grabbed like a scrap piece of fabric that's kind of plain. There's no big design and they're not dark. And then I've also got this stamp that I've got made that says Goodie on it because Goodwin's my last name. I'll stamp that on there and I'm going to do a real narrow zigzag stitch around the edges. I just need to pick a fabric to do it on. In this corner the other day, I found a spider over here and it was like this big. So I'm a little bit scared right now. These are all my white fabrics or my light colored fabrics. As you can see, I have started organizing them. Would do it out of this. All right, so it'll probably be out of these 3. This one's quite thin, so I won't do that. I'm pretty sure this was actually a sheet, like a bed sheet. This is calico and this is quilting fabric. And this one's got a little design on it. This is the leftover fabric from the pocket, so. Oh, I really don't know. I really don't know. Oh, I'm gonna do it out of the white. Alright. Not that you can't even see them together, but I don't know, it's the little details, you know? Yeah, alright, I'm gonna do it in the white. Don't even talk to me about that. I don't know how this goes with in the wash. I haven't actually tried that yet, but I hope it's fine. I kind of just hope for the best. But yeah, this is my little stamp. It's got a little flower and it says goodie on it. And I just used the ink that it came with. I also have another stamp because usually when I make these bags, I use like thrifted materials. So I use this stamp for those ones. It says something old to something new, made from secondhand materials. What I do, since I've got such a big piece, it's going to be pretty easy for me to square it off. I don't need to be real careful with it. And pray that all of the ink is even on there. Aha! That's pretty good. I don't know if this actually sets the ink in though. I probably should test it. So I've just pinned my logo to the front of my bag. I always do about 1 to 2 inches down from the notch at the top here. I did 2 inches this time. And I've set my sewing machine to a shallow, I guess, like a real short. I just go all the way around the edge. Sometimes I do go around it twice. So that's after one round around the edges. Sometimes just one round is fine. It ends up looking like that, but mine ended up being a little bit funky, so I'm going to go around it a second time. Alrighty, so I have finished adding the label to the front. This is what it looks like, if you can see from that far away. And then the back looks like that. So, pretty happy with that. So now we're going to actually start the construction. Going to start with the pockets, and then we'll go from there. Do not mind the mess. I know, it looks actually horrid. I just put water in my iron for the first time in like 9 months. Oopsies. That is quite bad. Wow, I haven't done that in ages. So I'm actually thinking I might rearrange my actual desk. As you've seen, my desk is an L-shaped one. And I'm thinking I might actually move my sewing machine to the shorter side and then everything else on the longer side, because I need the actual bench space for like my cutting and everything, and I can't really do that with the short space. So yeah, instead of having my sewing machine there, I'm thinking about moving it over here and then all this stuff over there. So I've just had to top stitch this one here. And ideally I would have used a brown thread, but I cannot be bothered rethreading my machine. So cut me some slack, please. So yeah, that's done, and I'm gonna iron it and then iron it in like this so that I have a line. Might go like this and like this actually, so that there's smaller compartments. And then I also need to iron this one down and then top stitch that one, and then that's the pockets done. God, I really wish I wasn't lazy and did brown thread, but I don't really want to rethread my whole machine just for 2 stitches. Now I gotta attach it to the interior of the bag, which again, I have never ever with these bags done a heavy duty interfacing or any interfacing at all on the inside of my bag to give it more structure. So this is going to be a new experience for me. Oh! What the hell? Usually I will use the zipper roll that I got. I think I had about 5 meters of it. But I am out of my little zipper tabs. But I found this one, and I think this might actually fit it. I know it looks real ratty, but you don't see it really. And it's metal, and it works. I need to mark the center. Snip, snip. I'll need to make longer zipper tabs. So I'm just going to measure that and then double it and make a new zipper tab. 2.5. So I need to do 5 inches. 5 meters. Gosh, could you imagine? That's pretty much perfectly lined up. I've got my zipper face down, and this is the outside main fabric. One of the biggest challenges of making this bag is probably me trying to remember how to do it. It's been a couple months since I've made one of these bags. So I want to see how well I remember. Otherwise, I will watch Sydney Graham's tutorial. It's a very good tutorial if you want to learn how to make these bags. I'll link it below. I've attached 1/2 of the bag. I do just need to top stitch the zipper. And I just realised that I actually don't remember what comes next after I attach the other half. So I am going to refer back to the video. Oh god. Oh my gosh. So I've now attached the lining to and the outside to the zipper, and it's starting to look like a bag, guys. So I did catch up on Sydney Graham's tutorial on this bag because I genuinely forgot what to do next. Next is the attaching the base lining. So yes, I'll be attaching the base lining between here, and all the way around, and then I'll be adding the strap tabs. I think that's what it's called, to the ends, and then we can add the outer base, then the straps, and then we're good. I might quickly just show you guys all my bags I've made so far. So a lot of this, except for this one and this one, these are all from secondhand materials. First we have this little patchwork number, green and blue. I got the fabric from Spotlight. This one here is also from fabric from Spotlight. It's got little like maple leaves on it. Then there's this quilted one, and I got the fabric from an op shop. And yeah, I've written on this tag, it is made from a quilted pillowcase. The something old, something new, made from secondhand materials. Next is this one here. Whoop. Next is this one. It says, thanks a bunch. This one was made out of a tote bag from Cotton On. Lastly is this Harry Potter one, and this one was made from a pillowcase as well. Now back to our regular programming. All pinned and ready to be stitched. Whoop. I'm going to be adding the strap tab just over like this and along here, and I would usually overlock it, but my overlock has been playing up, so I don't want to do that. So I'll probably just zigzag stitch over it. I might use the same settings that I did for the logo just to really seal it in there, because you can kind of see it from the inside. There's no way to really cover it. Just got to make sure that all the layers are caught in it. Alright, the base is pinned all on the side bit here of the outer fabric only. time to flip it inside out, and then we won't have too much longer to go. That looks like a bag. Usually at this point you would go through the lining because you know it's still open, and you would top stitch along here. Probably should. I just don't like doing it because you can't get all the way up, and I don't like how it just cuts off. But I reckon I might do it because it does make it sit right. We're going from that to that. So yes, I've flipped it inside out and I have top stitched the base. Looks very good. And now we're on the home stretch. So I'm gonna give the strap tabs a very good press and fold it into itself. And same with the other side. And also I am going to press the strap and then sew it all up. I have finished the bag. Woohoo! Finally. This is what it looks like. And I am loving the size of it. It is a tad bit smaller than the original pattern. I'll do a little side by side actually. Yeah, it's a little bit smaller. I printed it as an A5 instead of a normal A4. So it made it a tad bit smaller, which I really like. But yeah, that is the bag done. It looks really cute, very spacious on the inside. Yeah, I just wish the zip was a bit longer, but what can you do? Gotta do what I've got.